Hello everybody and welcome to Demon Gaze 2. I've got a little demonstration here of the first dungeon of main gameplay to share with you. I hope you enjoy it and get excited for the game because I'm really enjoying my time with it so far. To get to this point, you're looking at about an hour and a half of gameplay. You go through the various story, introduction and opening tutorial. Then you kind of set in the world to explore it at your own will. There are 3 dungeons that you actually get to go into from the outset. Obviously I've picked this city style one to explore, and yeah, as you'll see, we'll be fighting some battles, we'll be doing some cool stuff, getting some loot and getting some experience levels going. So yeah, this is I guess an introduction to what you can expect when you start to play Demon Gaze 2. So here we go. I've already explored some of this dungeon as part of the tutorial process. The goal of each dungeon is to go through and find these kind of gem things, which are kind of points of power. You capture them, and then once you've captured enough of them, the boss of the dungeon appears and you can beat it. Once you beat it, you add it to your party. So as you'll see, I've got 2 characters here. One of them is the main hero of the game, obviously. The other one is a demon. Once you defeat the demon in battle, they join your team, you can add them into your party, and they all add various elements to the strategy and your ability to explore around the world. So this little demon, she's quite focused. This is the main character, sorry, the other one is the demon. The little demon is a defensive specialist, and she is also very good at finding hidden passageways in dungeons. So if you don't have her in your party, you may find it more difficult to explore because you can't find the hidden passages, the entrances and stuff. But you can change characters in and out as you want, and as you do that, obviously they what they bring into the environment changes. So we're just exploring around here at the moment. I've already captured these points of power again as part of the tutorial process, which is why they're green. These little icons, there are a whole range of icons around. The skull obviously refers to an enemy battle. There are random encounters in Demon Gaze 2, but they're fairly infrequent as far as dungeon crawlers go. You can also fight these if you feel the need to get experience and level up and so on. Obviously some of them are also unavoidable. You would have seen a little bit earlier on there was another icon which had a little potion on it. That's a loot icon. You run over that and you get something nice, which is always good. Treasure is good. You also get treasure obviously from defeating some enemies. It's not different to any other dungeon crawler you've played in that way. So, as you'll see in a second, as I was mentioning, this little demon, her ability to spot passageways, hidden passageways, is about to be really useful for me. That little icon there means that she spotted a hidden passageway. So you hit it, and then bang, you've got a new doorway to go through. A lot of these doorways are actually essential to making progress through the dungeons, so you're going to need that girl in your party for at least the exploration part of a lot of the game. You can remove her for the boss battles if you feel that it doesn't match with your strategy to use her. But again, it's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each of the various demons and then making the most of them. That's how you make your way through Demon Gaze. As you'll see, the art is very beautiful, really beautiful. It was a good looking game on the PlayStation Vita, and it really pops on the PlayStation 4 on the nice big screen. This is actually the first Japanese dungeon crawler on the PlayStation 4 as far as I'm aware. So, we had dozens and dozens of them on the PlayStation Vita. There are plenty of them on the 3DS, thanks to the Etrian Odyssey series and so on. But it's not something that you see so often on the big consoles. So I find it interesting that there's not, because they're really beautiful games when they're done well, and the sprites are nice and big and detailed, and the art is beautiful. It kind of fits well with the PlayStation 4 experience. So yeah, I'm glad I'm able to play this one on PS4. It is also, Demon Gaze 2 is also available on the PlayStation Vita if you still prefer to play your dungeon crawlers that way. And they are a genre that fits well with a portable play style, so get both. play both versions if you want. Just fighting through another little battle here, and then what we'll do is we'll go and capture one of those points of power, as I mentioned, just to show you what that's like. And that'll be basically the end of the demo, because this is pretty much how the game flows. Obviously I don't have a lot of skills to work with at the moment because it's quite new in the game. Anybody who played the original Demon Gaze knows that there's actually quite a lot of strategy that gets built into the game later on. As you level up and your skill base is increasing, you've got more demons to play with and you can mix up your party better. There is quite a lot of strategy to it, but in the early stages you do a lot of turn-based button mashing, as I like to call it. And we're just going to go back because there is a point of power spotted back this way that I haven't captured yet. I do want to just show you what this is like. So we have to fight this battle, unfortunately. Go through a little secret door thanks to my little demon's ability. Fight off some goblins. They're called goblins. They look like cute little furry rats. I don't know, the enemy design in these games is quite masterful. In addition to being big and detailed sprites, they're also really lovely bits of works of art in their own right, so I almost feel bad killing them, not really, but get a little bit more loot, and here we go. So there's another secret door, bang, we go through. That is an uncaptured point of power, it's pink. When you go into a point of power, you have the ability to put these gems down, up to 3. The gems affect the loot that you get as a result for winning the battle. So these are relatively tough enemies usually. You're successful in the battle, you get loot based on the gems you put down. So if you need a sword, you put down a gem for a sword. If you need armor, you put down a gem for armor. And that's a really useful bonus in addition to getting one step closer to fighting the boss after you do this. So after you capture a certain number of points of power, I think it's 6 in the initial dungeon, maybe 7, the boss appears and then you can fight her, in the case of this game. And once you defeat her, as I said, you can add her to your party. So the first boss, the boss that I'm tracking down in this dungeon is a healing specialist boss demon, so I figured I kind of needed that for the tougher dungeons ahead. And there we go. I have now captured the point of power. There's my loot. I put down a sword gem, I got a sword, put down a pot lid, put down an armor, so I got a pot lid, 2 armors actually, a helmet and a shield. And here's the level up screen. Every time you level up you get 1 extra statistic point out to your characters, and that's how you can kind of customize the development of them further. Alright, so that's basically everything I've got to show you from this short demo. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to the full review of this game in the not too distant future on digitallydownloaded.net. Thanks for listening and watching, and see you later.